What's going on, everyone? My name is Alpha, and today we're back with another Pokemon challenge video. Today we're on Pokemon Inclement Emerald, and today's challenge will be, can I beat Pokemon Inclement Emerald using only KALOS Pokemon? Now this is given an excuse to finally do a Pokemon challenge using only KALOS Pokemon, because KALOS is my favorite region. It's up there, not my favorite region, I retract that. That's giving it too much credit, but it is one of my favorite regions. It's up there with Unova and Sinnoh, of course. So now we haven't done Inclement Emerald challenge in a little bit. We've been using hardcore challenges for a lot. But basically, as a ROM hack of Emerald, and it's just a harder version. It's a lot harder. We're gonna play on challenge mode, which is the hardest difficulty, and there's level caps for each gym. In each gym, the level cap goes up by 10, I think. The gym leaders are always a bit higher than you, so they're a bit stronger than you. Like, they're over the level cap a little bit more than you, so that's gonna be a challenge. There's also no items inside a battle, and you cannot switch after defeating a Pokemon, so you're playing on set mode, just like a hardcore Nuzlocke rule set. And the most important rule of every single challenge video, each of my Pokemon will be nicknamed after you guys in the comments. So thank you so much for leaving a nickname in the previous challenge video. We used a lot of nicknames for this video, so here are the nicknames I chosen for this challenge video. If you guys want to be nicknamed after a Pokemon in a future challenge video, just drop in the comments and hopefully I'll pick yours. And while you're down here, please don't forget to leave a like, comment down below some challenge ideas just like this one, and subscribe if you guys are not already. It would really help my channel. And let's get into the challenge video itself. So to begin off, I'm obviously going to choose a KALOS starter. I'm actually going to use multiple KALOS starters, but that's going to be throughout the video. And you can see when I pick them up, I'll make a point of them. Obviously, I want to start off with Froakie. Froakie is my favorite. I think maybe up there. Maybe my favorite starter of all time. Greninja is really good. We got neutral nature, so it's not the best thing, but we could change it later on. But I don't know how to get Ash Greninja. I don't know if Ash Greninja is in this game, but you're able to change abilities, so we'll get to that at one point. We're also gonna go out and catch our first Pokemon, which is gonna be a Bunnelby. Does not get huge power until a little later. And then we got Litleo, which is, I for one really love Pyro. I don't know, something with Pyro. I really love Pyro. I think it's the lion thing. Lions are cool. Anyways, we can go into the forest. We can catch yourself a Phantom. In this game, Phantom actually evolves pretty early without trait evolutions, and we can catch yourself a Skittle right outside of Rustboro City. Rounds up our team for 5 Pokemon as we face off against Roxanne in her own gym. She's gonna be the rock type gym leader of the game. We're gonna start the battle using our Frogadier. We're gonna Bubble Beam and knock out her Aeron. Switch out when the Lilip comes out. We're gonna Bullet Seed down. We do a bit of damage. I gotta give it that to Skittle. Skittle's not really too useful as a member. We actually drop him pretty early, but we do some damage against him, and then our Phantom will finish off against the Lilip. Next up, we're gonna do a lot of damage. Break the Sturdy on the Nose Pass so my Frogadier can come out. Bubble Beam, knock out the Nose Pass. Bubble Beam also hits Tyrant, but it has a red card, so it actually works out for me. Litleo gets sacked, but it's fine. So I'm gonna Frogadier spam and knock out the rest of her Pokemon, and we beat Roxanne. Nothing to worry about right now. Unfortunately, there is a very limited amount of KALOS Pokemon to begin with. I think it's one of the smallest rosters possible. I think it's the smallest, right? Technically, they're so hard to find in Inclement Emeralds. We have to stick with what we have. We found a Flabébé right outside of Dewfoot Island, and we're gonna go into Slateport City, go into the marketplace. There's a bunch of good items for us in here. We want to make sure to get the Sea Incense to boost up our Frogadier's attack, and also some training bands. Helps our Pokemon keep in rhythm with each other. There is a built-in XP share, but if you're not careful, a Pokemon you're using might get too over level. And I really love this market in Slateport City. This is how you do a marketplace. Like, you want to go to every single vendor because they have something special for us. There's vitamins here. There's a bunch of EV boosting items and other items like incenses. It's a really great place. We're gonna come back here later as we get closer to the end of the game. Now next up, we're gonna face off against Dewfoot Island's gym leader, which is gonna be Brawley. Brawley is gonna be the fighting type gym leader of the game. It took me a few attempts, I'm not gonna lie. Since we have a Floette, we're gonna start the battle using our Floette, and Draining Kiss will knock out 2 of his starting Pokemon in Meditite and his Breloom. Easy peasy. Then he's gonna switch out into Lucario. I'm not gonna sack my Floette just yet because it actually might be useful. I switch out my fire type. Do not get the burn on him, which is fine. So I switched out into my Skittle to get some Leech Seed damage off against him. He's gonna knock me out eventually, and I could come in with my Frogadier to knock him out. Then he's gonna switch out to his Hitmonchan. I'm gonna outspeed the Hitmonchan, but it's gonna Thunder Punch me and knock me out. Floette will almost knock out the Hitmonchan with Draining Kiss, but we had to switch into our Digger Speed to quick attack it. It's so useless without huge power, like honestly. Hariyama comes on next, which is gonna lower his accuracy, and that's all I could do with it. I switch out to my Floette, survive a knockoff luckily, and then knock it out using Draining Kiss. Then he's going to switch out to his Duat. I'm going to Leech Seed it. Switch into my Trevenant, which will luckily Bullet Seed it after getting Flinch, and we knock out Brawley. Ooh, that could have been really bad. From there though, we're gonna keep going. We're gonna train up our Pokemon. I went out, switch out my Frogadier because it's gonna be an electric gym. My Frogadier is not gonna be that useful. I mean, it could have been. It's a water type with water shuriken priority moves. It would have been powerful, but I decided to put in a Fennekin, evolve it into a Delphox eventually. But you guys gotta tell me where do I get the lucky egg? I don't know where to get the lucky egg. Like the documents, I look at the documents and are not too specific. I tried to do it, it did not work. So where do I get the lucky egg? Anyways, we can go into the next gym. We're going to face off against Wattson in his electric gym. We're going to start the battle using our Pyroar. I wish it was the male Pyroar, but the female one's cool enough. We're going to knock out the Galvantula as it sets up Sticky Well, which is annoying. I'm going to Hyper Beam down the Lantern. It's going to Volt Switch out, and then it's not going to do enough to me where the Raichu can't knock me out. So I'm going to Hyper Beam again, knock out the Lantern eventually. And then it's going to switch back out into the Raichu, and it's kind of funny. It's going to knock me out, which is cool. I'm going to switch out into my Trevenant. Trevenant's going to take an attack easily, and Shadow Claw will one-shot the Raichu. And then the Manectric comes out. It's going to revenge kill me. Switch out into my Diggersby, lower his speed, and then do some chip damage using Quick Attack. Oh, I didn't even use that. So I'm going to switch out into my Delphox. I'm going to Hypnosis down the Rotom that switches in. And I'm going to Mystical Fire, knock out the Rotom, and knock out the Manectric. And his final Pokemon will be the Magneton. I knock it down to a sturdy. So my Go-Goat will knock it out. This is the last battle of Go-Goat. So good job, Go-Goat. From there, we can go out and we can catch ourselves a Fletchinder. Replace our Pyro. Unfortunately, we don't need too many fire types like this. And then from there, we can go into Lavender Town and face out against the Fire Gym. Now, the Fire Gym, Flannery will start the battle using a Torkoal. We're going to start out using our Delphox. Delphox is a permanent member on our team now. We're going to Hypnosis down to Torkoal and then Mystical Fire it. Somehow, Mystical Fire does more than Side Shock. That's crazy to me. But Mystical Fire would knock out the Torkoal. I guess it is in Sun, so I don't blame it. It's going to switch out to his Houndoom next. I want to save my Delphox. Sack my Floette because it's not going to do anything. Also makes it lower his special attack. I switch out into my Diggersby. I can Swords Dance up and then Rock Tomb, do some chip damage. Oh, not even chip. It's going to knock it out. Damn. And then I'm going to Quick Attack the Arcanine, knock myself out. I can switch out to my Greninja to bait in the close combat. 2 close combats would knock out my Delphox, and its special defense is so low, I can knock it out with 5 hits. Jeez. I thought I could do a little better than that, but Arcanine goes down, and the Talonflame comes out next. I'm able to Water Shuriken, knock it out. Blaziken, same thing. I'm in Torrent range too, so Water Shuriken will knock out the Blaziken, and his final Pokemon will be a Volcarona. I have a Talonflame in the bag. It'll survive any hits, and Flying Gem Acrobatics will knock out the Volcarona for us as we beat the 4th gym. Next up, we're going to face off against Norman. It's just back-to-back gyms at this point. We're going to start the battle against the Swellow using our Diggersby. I'm going to select the Diggersby. I'm going to switch out into my Greninja to knock out the Swellow. It's going to switch out to the Slacking. He yawns me, and I switch out into my Noivern, switch back into my Greninja to substitute, and the Slacking is dead, essentially. Like, that's all I could do. It's stuck like this. It can't even attack. I think it gets flinch at one point. Yeah, it gets flinch too, and I get a substitute up for free. So, next up, it's going to switch out to his Tauros. Do a lot of damage using Dark Post, and then Water Shuriken will knock him out. Actually gets flinch on the X-Paw, do a lot of damage to it, and then I can knock it out. I use my Delphox, which is nice. Norman's last Pokemon would be a Mega Kangaskhan. Unfortunately, I can't use any of the Megas because there's no Gen 6 Mega for me to use. So I can't even use Mega. The feature that's in Gen 6 in Kalos, I can't even use. I'm going to paralyze the Kangaskhan and then Confuse Ray and Horn Leech it, knock him out. We use my Trevenant. Trevenant is a monster. Too bad I don't use it anymore after this gym battle. I'm Confuse Ray down to Lanoon and then knock it out. And we beat Norman. From there, we can go into the abandoned ship. Isn't this Sea Mawil? I swear it was. Anyways, we're going to get the TM for Ice Beam, which is going to be very helpful going on. Not just the next gym, but throughout the rest of the game. We're also going to go into the rainy route on route, I don't know, 120. And catch ourselves a Gumi. Gumi is going to be a permanent member on my team. The team is basically this. You know, this is my team. I interchange Noivern with Diggersby sometimes. But that's about it. We're going to do some training after that. Evolve our Gumi into Goodra. And then face off against the next gym of the game. The next gym is going to be a double battle gym. With Winona. She can start the battle using a Hawlucha and a Gyarados. I want to double in my Greninja into my Talonflame to get the burn on a Hawlucha and then body slam the Gyarados. I have a Toxic Heal Goodra, which is very strong. I'm going to utilize that thing. I wanted to get my speed up against the Gyarados, and then my Goodra will go down so I can switch into my Greninja. Acrobatics and Water Shuriken will knock out the Hawlucha, but actually the Gyarados knocks out my Talonflame, which is fine. I switch out into my Florges. Florges is going to Wish Up. I mean, that's all I could really do. I'm going to knock out the Aerodactyl using Water Shuriken and then break the Yachi Berry on the Dragonite. as it actually breaks down my Forges. My Greninja lives on low HP. I can Ice Beam once again to knock out the Dragonite, and with my Delphox I can Psychic and knock out the Gyarados. I'm going to learn Hydro Pump as well. From here, her last 2 Pokemon will be Altaria and an Emolga. I'm going to stay in, try to burn down the Altaria, because I do have an ability that almost always burns if I use a move with secondary effects. So I switch out into my Noivern to avoid the Earthquake, burn down the Altaria, which is a huge move. Then I'm getting Boom Burst, since I know Delphox is going to go down anyways. And then I can switch out into my Greninja, who's in Torrent range. I'm trying to knock out the Emolga. I luckily do knock out the Emolga as the Altaria knocks out my Noivern. And then a Water Shuriken once again from the Greninja will knock out the Altaria, and we beat Winona. Now, since we beat Winona, there is a lot of things that's available to us now. We have the access to fly, so we can fly anywhere. And we also have access in the Pokemart to get the ability patch. The ability patch will give your Pokemon the hidden ability they wanted, which should be in the real games. I wish it was in the real games, but in this game we're gonna buy a bunch of them, put them on our Pokemon. So Delphox now has Magic Guard, Greninja has Protein, Goodra has Gumi, stuff like that. Talonflame has the very special Gale Wing, so it's gonna be very useful from now. We can go into the summit of Mount Pyre and then get the Magma emblem. From there we can go into the Magma Hideout and face off against Maxie. The only time we face off against Maxie. No, we face off against Maxie in Mount Chimney. After that, we beat Maxie, and then we can go into the Team Aqua Hideout, where we clear through the admin in here. I think it's Max. I don't know what's his name, but we cleared through him, and then we head into Moss Deep City, where we can face off against the gym leaders in here. It's gonna be a Psychic Gym, and also it's gonna be a double battle gym, where special effective moves are not very effective, and not very effective moves are super effective. So it's gonna be fun here. I outplay this Wobbuffet. Pretty simple. Get my HP back from red HP, so that's kind of funny. And then we're gonna face off against Tate and Liza. We're gonna start the battle using both our fire types, Talonflame and our Delphox. We're gonna Flare Blitz into the Slowbro until it dies, and then we're gonna Hypnosis down the Claydol. Flare Blitz once again against the Slowbro. We're in nasty plot with our Delphox, which is so scary. Flare Blitz looks like it should kill, but it does not kill the Slowbro, which is annoying. Psychic will knock out the Claydol, which is amazing for us. Doesn't have to set up Trick Room for us. And then after my Talonflame unfortunately does not knock out the Slowbro, the Mega Slowbro, it will go down. So I'm going to switch out into my Greninja. Greninja is able to Water Shuriken knock out the Slowbro, as I'm getting a Psychic using my Delphox to knock out the Executor. So half their team is already gone. Reuniclus and Solrock comes on next. I'm getting Psychic and knock out the Reuniclus, which is great. It's going to knock out my Delphox eventually. Which is fine. I did a lot of damage to it so far, so I could Water Shuriken and knock it out. I'm going to switch out into my Goodra next. Water Shuriken will knock out the Solrock. Ice Beam down the Lunatone does not do a lot of damage, so I need a Body Slam it. Body Slam does a lot of damage to the Lunatone, and we're able to knock out Tate and Liza from this. So we beat the 7th gym of the game pretty easily, as we head into a double battle fight with Steven Stone against Maxie and Tabitha. Luckily, this is not a Nuzlocke, as I lose Pokemon every single second of this run. We end up beating Maxie and Tabitha, and then we face off against Archie, where Goodra completely carries, gets paralyzed on most of the Pokemon, and then we Gale Wings with my Talonflame to knock him out, and we beat Archie. From there, we're going to teach our Pokemon some new moves, get Rayquaza and everything, but we're going to head into the next gym, the 8th gym of the game. We want to teach our Pokemon Sunny Day, because this is going to be a weather gym. It's going to be mainly revolved against Rain Dance and whatever, actually Drizzle. They automatically have a weather advantage, so we're going to start the battle against Juan, the 8th gym leader of the game, and also the water type gym leader, using our Delphox ironically. We can outspeed a Politoed, we can Hypnosis it down, and then Sunny Day up to get rid of the weather, and then start setting up against him. Well, I should have Side Shock, but I got +6, I get greedy, and then Side Shock would knock out the Politoed. Swampert can't do anything. It does not outspeed me or anything, so I can Side Shock it and knock him out. Next up is Kabutops comes out next. I'm able to Dark Post and then outspeed him, Dark Post him again. Ludicolo comes on next. I'm like, who do I have? I have a Talonflame. Take the Focus Blast, and then Gale Wings Brave Bird almost knocks him out, but that's switching to my Greninja to Dark Post, knock him out. Kingdra comes on next. Kingdra is going to Mega Evolve right in my face. Like, oh my god. I'm going to Dark Post him, do a lot of chip damage, and then Moonblast will knock him out. Next up, his final Pokemon will be the Lapras. I'm able to Leech Seed it, do some chip damage to it. I actually 1v1 it because I get the special attack drop right there, and I'm able to knock it out, and we get the 8th gym badge of the game. So that's all from Sunny Day. That's all from Delphox starting the battle and Sunny Daying it up. Now I do have a lot of water weak Pokemon and also ice weak Pokemon, as in my Grudra and then my fire types and Diggersby. So I decided to switch out one of my Pokemon for a Chestnut. I'm going to evolve the Chestnut obviously. Go through Victory Road where Delphox cleans everything up. It is such a monster. I really thought Greninja was going to carry in this game, Delphox, you know, I might have a bias towards Greninja. Delphox really carries through the entire game for us, which is amazing. We get our Chestnut, and we can do our final preparations before the Elite Four. We're gonna get a bunch of items. We wasted, I think, $300,000 just doing shopping things, because I want to make sure I have every single item possible that's gonna be useful. I have a lot of Misty Seeds because my Forge's hidden ability is Misty Surge, so that's nice. I get a bunch of gems to boost up a specific typing moves. And then we're going to go into the Elite Four and face off against the Elite Four itself. We're going to start the battle against Cindy using our Goodra. Goodra has Focus Punch, and it just punches Tyranitar in the face with a Fighting Gem. And an Earthquake will knock him out. Sends out Absol. Luckily enough, I Focus Blast. It's going to miss his attack, which is funny. So I can Focus Punch and knock out the Absol. And then Earthquake twice will knock out the Muk. So I got 3 Pokemon down already. Cactune's obviously getting Revenge Kill me, which is fine. Switch out into my Talonflame. Gale Wings will knock him out. And I could Gale Wings once again. Brave Bird almost knocks out Greninja. Switch out into my Fortress to Moonblast to knock him out. Wow, it survived a Moonblast. See, it's crazy. I'm able to Moonblast the Manabuzz and eventually knock out Sydney. Super easy right there. Next up, we're going to go into the Ghost type. We're going to go into the Ghost type Elite Four Chamber. We're going to face off against Phoebe. We're going to start the battle using our Talonflame to Flying Gem, Brave Bird, knock out the Mismagius with 2 shots. Then I decided to roost up against the Dusknoir to do some damage against the Brave Bird. Throw away my Talonflame, really doesn't really need it right now. 2 Dark Pulses from my Greninja will knock out Dusknoir. And then her next Pokemon will be Chandelier. I'm ready to Water Shuriken. So broken. Protein is so broken. I just love Protein so much. It's so broken. But I'm able to Hydro Pump, almost knock out the Golurk as I switch into my Chestnut. Chestnut's able to Leech Seed it. I'm not going to Wood Hammer it. I get my HP back basically. I could live a Play Rough from the Mega Bayonet, which I could Leech Seed, and then Spiky Shield do some damage. I should have switched back into my Florges here. Would have been the best play, but I switched back into my Chestnut for no reason, and now I'm in a weird situation. Switch out to my Goodra. I can live an attack, I know that. I do not outspeed. I thought I outspeed it with Goomy, but it doesn't. It's going to return me, which is fine. I live an attack, and then Earthquake would knock out the Bayonet. And then Aegislash comes out next as her final Pokemon. It's going to knock out my Goodra, which is fine. I switch out into my Delphox, obviously. Hypnosis through the King Shield, and then Shadow Ball twice. Will knock out the Aegislash. Oh, 3 times. Never mind. That got risky. We knock out Phoebe as we face off against the next Elite Four member, which is going to be Glacia. Glacia is going to be the Ice type Elite Four member. We're starting the battle using our Goodra against the Ice type Elite Four member. We're in Sunny Day Up. Flamethrower will knock out the Frostus, which is amazing because that sets up Aurora Veil for him. And then I get a Flamethrower off against the Glalie. I'm going to switch out into my Florges next, survive a Stone Edge, and then do not survive anything else. Switch out into my Greninja to Water Shuriken, knock out the Glalie, and then I do a lot of chip damage against the Glaceon. That's all I can really deal with Dark Pulse right now. Glaceon goes down with my Greninja, which is nice. I switch out into my Talonflame to Flare Blitz, knock out myself and the Bombstone. We're trading 1 for 1 each as I switch out into my Chestnut, and luckily I went for the Body Slam Paralyze. And then I'm able to Wood Hammer, not knock him out, but the Body Slam Paralyze comes into effect as I'm able to switch out into my Delphox to knock it out. And I'm able to Hypnosis down the Wall Ring. I missed the first one, which is fine, but I could keep Hypnosing down because I don't think it has a water move for some reason. I Nasty Plot up 1 time, and then Psychic will knock it out. And we beat Glacia just by the just luckiest stuff possible. Next up, we're going to face off against the Dragon Elite Four member, Drake. We're going to start the battle against him using our Delphox. We're going to Hypnosis down his Dragolish, and then 2-shot him using our Psychic. And then next up, he's going to switch out to his Garchomp. I'm going to switch out into my Chestnut, take any hit basically. I Leech Seed him down. I take a fully, wait no, it's from Sturdy though, but I take an Outrage from him from full HP. And then I could Moonblast, knock out the Garchomp. Then he sends out his Como, I dodge his Iron Tail. Moonblast will knock him out, I take those. He's going to switch out to his Naganadel. I'm going to Brave Bird, almost knock him out. Brave Bird, Flying Gem boosted, almost knock him out. My Greninja will knock out the Naganadel. Superior comes out next, it's going to outplay me. It's going to Draco Meteor, knock out my Delphox. It's going to also knock out my Goodra. I'm like, oh no, this is going bad. I dodged a Leaf Storm though, and I'm able to Moonblast, knock out the Superior, and I dodge a Double Edge from the Salamence, and I'm able to knock out the Salamence as well, and we beat Drake. Very luckily, he missed like 4 attacks from me, so that's amazing. Next up, we're going to face off against the champion of the game. We're going to face off against Wallace. We do have some new items equipped to our Pokemon. We're going to start the battle against Wallace using our Chestnut. We're going to Body Slam, restart until we get a Paralyze, and then we're going to Wood Hammer, knock out the Wailord. We're not going to play too much with the weather because we don't have any good place to set up against. We're going to bait out the Whiscash. So I'm going to switch out to my Greninja to Hydro Pump and Water Shuriken, knock out the Whiscash for me. Amazing stuff. Vikavolt comes on next. I'm going to do as much chip damage as I can against him, and then switch out into my Talonflame. My Talonflame is going to Brave Bird, knock him out in one shot. You can switch out to his Ludicolo for no reason. I'm going to one-shot that thing as well. So I knock out 2 of his Pokemon. I do a lot of chip damage against the Latios, and I can switch out into my Torjus, which will Moonblast, knock out the Latios for me. Amazing stuff. And your final Pokemon will be the Milotic. I'm going to Leech Seed it down. Then I'm going to Calm Mind against him. As you can see, this Calm Mind comes in clutch. I outspeed it, take a Moonblast, amazing, get my HP back up, get another Calm Mind up, and I can Wish Stall it. Do a lot of damage against him. But eventually, the burn catch up to me, and I need to hit it before it goes down. I switch out to my Delphox. Delphox luckily has a Focus Sash on. I survive. I try to knock it out using Psychic. I was like, oh, this is over. And then it lives a Psychic. Since call me, I lived it with my Focus Sash, and I'm able to knock out Wallace. And we being the champion of the game using only Kalos Pokemon. That was actually pretty hype. I was pretty excited when I did this because I had very limited options. I was like, where are all the Kalos Pokemon? Like, I was like, what's... There's not that many Kalos Pokemon. Like, most of them are legendaries that I can't even get, and most of them are trash. And I can't even find most of it. I don't know where Vivillon is. I tried to find Vivillon so I could use Quiver Dance. Did not work out. I don't know where it was. I forgot the move tutor that gains more moves every badge you got, so I could have checked that out. But honestly, I'm pretty happy with this run. So I want to say thanks so much for watching all the way today, and I hope you guys all enjoyed this video. It's pretty fun to make. Thanks so much for supporting the channel. You guys can, please don't forget to leave a like, comment down below some challenges just like this one, and some nicknames of course, and subscribe if you guys are not already. It really helps my channel. We're very close to 30k. We might not hit 30k at the end of the year, but we're very close to it anyways. I'm very grateful for you guys, and thank you so much. Happy holidays, everyone. My name's been Alpha. Hope you guys all had a great day. I'm out. Peace.